And we're live. Welcome to another Thursday night jam with RCJesus and SASquatch.
Ooh.
You got me, RCJesus, Nick here, and you got Chris from Scale Audio Solutions. Got to turn his audio down, and we are back. So tonight I'll be tinkering around on my. You can't see the chassis. My Reefs RC rat rod build off that was supposed to be done at UST, but since UST was canceled, it has been moved to Beat the Creek. What's up, Mark? And then we're also going to review over some of the stuff I've learned about the ARRMA Typhon GROM. I like that they're embracing it and calling it the world's worst kept secret. Interesting story there of what happened. I'm not going to give everyone all the details without filling in a little because I know there's a lot of rumors going around that are kind of true. So, what's up, Tommy? I guess we can start with the GROM. Have you looked at it much yet, Chris, or not?
Lightly, yeah.
So the main thing, it's a little longer than a granite, half-inch longer wheelbase, something like that. And most of the parts are shared. If you got an original granite GROM and had issues with the diff, they figured that out with the granite since, but of course it's already addressed on this. It was a torque spec issue. They weren't tightening something down in the diff enough at the factory, so they figured that out, and now they're all good, so there shouldn't be any diff issues. If you do have a granite GROM with a diff issue, you just need to tighten it down more. How much exactly, I don't know. They didn't say. They're going to have good stock of it. It's shipping out in about a week, so you should see it in shops and stuff in a week and a half or so. We will probably have ours Monday, which would be like the 25th or something. They're supposed to ship Thursday, the 21st. Whether they do or not, we'll see, but that's the pending date. We've got a bunch coming for the shop. It comes in 2 colors, not 3 like the granite. So you got 2 to choose from. I think it's red and white and blue and white. What else? It's got a cool clipless body, like clipping on the body mount,
Cool.
where you don't have to get under fenders or anything stupid, especially if you got bigger hands. It's a nightmare. It's right in the front behind the shock tower, and you clip it and pull it up and pull it off. So then you put it down and clip it down. It's done. Very easy body to take on and remove. A lot of the parts are shared from the granite GROM and the Typhon GROM. Of course, there are some differences. I can't remember exactly what they are. I think maybe A-arms and axles and some things like that are different. But so parts supply will be pretty good right off the bat because it shares a lot with the granite. People are stocked up. Dylan, I don't want to mess around right now. What else? Same electronic system as the granite GROM. Obviously the buggy will handle a little better. It's not going to be as prone to do backflips and crazy stuff like the granite version, but it's a buggy. It's not supposed to do that shit the same way. It's better, go on. Better for high speed and handling and all that, which is no surprise. And I think that's all the main points on the differences. Not a whole lot changed. It is like it's substantially bigger when I saw them next to each other in the live presentation yesterday. Which is why they're not calling them 1/16th, 1/18th scale, anything like that, because they weren't really going for a scale. They were just a smaller unit. Dylan, enough. Go on. Go. Leave me alone. I think that's else. Anyone else got any questions on it? What's up, RC Junkyard? Trying to recover from Zombie Palooza. It looked like it was a good time, but a muddy time.
Yeah, it looks like it's all metal gears. I like that it has a fan on the motor. Like they did a little extra.
Yeah, and the fan is new. That's right. It is $10 more than the granite GROM was going to be.
Gotcha.
Because they added the fan and it's a little bigger. So of course there's some cost ups there, but it's $10, not a big deal. But yeah, it's a solid unit. Should be good.
What is map on it? Like 160?
God, I should have looked this up. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think the granite GROM is 149.99, so I think this is 159.99. Yeah.
Okay, so 160. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad for a little 4-wheel drive, metal gears.
No, and they're tough. We've sold, probably 100+ granite GROMs at this point.
Yeah.
And haven't really had many issues. Not a lot of breakage or, problems with anything in them. So they've been doing well. But the ARRMA stuff usually comes out pretty bulletproof. If it does have an issue like the granite GROM did with the diff at first, they fix it pretty quickly. So it should be super reliable, good to beat on. I've seen pictures of it, taking videos and stuff, doing crazy jumps and all that stuff. How it got leaked. Yeah, I'm not going to go into all the details because I don't really know what I'm supposed to say when I'm not, but I know there's a lot of rumors out there. There was a rumor that a shipping container of them got robbed from the port.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of true and kind of not. They got robbed out of a container waiting to be taken to Horizon on a lot out of the port. And there was only 10 cases taken. So it's not like there's going to be 1,000 of them out there on offer up for $100. That's 60 grams. And that's what happened. They came out on, as soon as they robbed them, they took them back, put them on offer up. And then now they've all disappeared. So what they're thinking is, whoever was selling them realized, oh shit, this is something that's not even available yet. It's obvious.
Yeah.
For the thieves now. Better take them off. So I'm sure they'll start popping out up there a week or two after they come out here, because then how do you know? But yeah, so that's the deal. There was a theft. It wasn't someone at Horizon or someone's buddy or someone in shipping or somewhere along the line that leaked it or anything. There was a small theft of them. It has been handled. There's not a great amount of them out there. So if you are on the West Coast and you got one, you have stolen merchandise. Without a doubt. 100. If you have a Typhon GROM right now, it is one, and you're not like an influencer or a tester, it is 100% guaranteed it is stolen.
Wow. I wonder I mean, that should make it pretty easy to catch the guys, since they
there's only existing, but there's like, I've dealt with that where stuff from the shop got stolen on an offer up.
Right.
And, I mean, I guess in this situation, since they weren't publicly available, it makes it easier. But the cops are like, well, we can't really do anything but try and meet up with the guy, And when I had stuff stolen from the shop that was on offer up, of course, we tried to meet up with them and never did. They probably were on to, oh, this is a little sketchy, better not, because we might be leaving in the back of the car. Dylan, enough. But yeah, so interesting there. And they dealt with it and handled it well. No one was crying about it. It's just part of life and part of business.
Yeah.
No problem, Tommy. Happy to do it. I hope those couple RTRs I sent up help some people out and they enjoy them for Zombie Palooza there. Mark is NX10 SC now. I can buddy. Oh, okay. Yeah, Mark's getting balls deep into flying. There. Be quiet about it. Yeah, if you got a Typhon GROM already, be quiet about it for another week and a half. Because possession is 9/10 of the law. If you possess stolen goods, you're pretty much as culpable as the thief, which sucks. The innocent party that just bought it on offer up, but such is life. What do you got going on? Have you been up to anything? I know you've been crazy busy with all kinds of bullshit, so you probably haven't been tinkering on much lately, huh?
Not really. I got some parts in for that skid steer, but I haven't messed with it much. The motors do fit good though.
Good.
I got, man, that's one of them. So that's the fitment on it.
And that fits right in. You don't have the issue where it was too high in a spot and all that goes right in.
It's still a little high on the output shaft, but not bad. Not high enough to matter.
Yeah.
So now I'm just I've been working on 3D printing a drive cog because it's made to be pushed. It's a brooder.
Yeah.
So I need to design a cog that can catch the rubber teeth inside the track to drive it. So getting the spacing right on this, that they're timed the same spacing wise as the teeth is. I got it close, but the math's weird. It's odd number, odd distance. So
yeah. Well, you were using metric, right? It is German. No imperial.
I always use metric. But yeah, just a weird spacing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they weren't intending to make it to where it could be driven, so they didn't care.
Right. Yeah. It's just a push toy for kids as far as they know when they design it.
So once I figure out that math, I'll have it. At that point, it'll be movable. It'll be powered. So. Yep.
That's half the battle. Have you flown your mini Draco, Mark? I'm curious to see how he likes it. picked it up, what, short, like the day after it came out, I think. So it's been a couple weeks now, probably. He just got into flying, so.
If I flew more, I'd buy one. I just don't fly anymore.
I still haven't flown my huge one, the 2.1 meter or whatever. It's still in the trailer waiting to be driven up to Michigan. Dylan, I want nothing to do with this bone. This guy, I don't know if you guys can see. Not really, the camera's not good enough, but I'm all cut right there and in my eyebrow and over here. We're in there working on, I was working on this the other night and he had this drop it, godforsaken thing with all the nubs and shit.
Oh,
and
shit.
I'm sitting here and I was taking a break on this bullshitting with Blake and whatnot in here on video chat after talking to Wayne while working on it. And we're pulling on it like this. And he's tugging and I'm pulling as hard as I can. He decides to let go, drop it.
Oh, what a dick.
Wham! Smoked myself right in the eye, dude.
Oh,
Go buy new reading glasses because it blew the lens out, which is what cut me all over.
oh, shit.
But thank God the lens was there. My vision in that eye went black for a couple seconds. I'm like, you son of a bitch, you knocked the shit off the back of my eyeball and I'm blind forever now. Fortunately, it blurrily came back. He's like wanting to give me the bone. I'm like, you need to get out of this room for like 15, 20 minutes, please. Really don't want to deal with you at the moment. It's very scale, flies great, he says. Good. You never know. Yeah, flaps are tough. You never know with micros and minis because the bigger the plane, the better they fly. The lights are really cool for a micro. Nice. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I don't think I'll end up getting one just because the only time I fly is when I'm in Michigan at the farm and I have room for the big shit. And I have the big one, so I don't really need the micro, but maybe someday if I end up with 5-10 acres down here somewhere where I can have my own little personal flying field for minis and micros in the backyard. All right, well, I guess no one really gives a shit about the Typhon GROM. No questions there. So we shall move on. I don't know how many y'all saw the post. Like I said, Reefs RC, we're supposed to be doing a build off for UST. Obviously, with UST being canceled, we scrapped it. Dylan, oh my God. And go lay down up there. Hold on. Go down. Good boy. Stay there and entertain yourself. So it's moved to Beat the Creek now, which is the beginning of May. So that's when we have to have it done. And I think I've shown it on here, but I bought this metal body. It's all metal. Now, none of this works as far as the crank and stuff. But the key word is none of it works yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to rig it all up. I actually asked Reef tonight because we have to have a third function besides just steering and driving. You can make it on switches, have something that opens mechanically, whatever. I had something like, well, on this old thing, it was manual crank. There weren't no hydraulic or electronic winches. If it works, but it's by hand crank, does that count? And he's like, sure, whatever. I was like, all right, I got my okay. So I'm going to do my best. We'll see how it goes. I got a lot of gears and all kinds of bullshit to make it work. But I don't think it will be too insane. I may end up having Chris in an emergency be like, I need these gears and parts and cogs right now in the next week to put this together. I could see that happening, so be prepared. But
I'm always prepared.
Function, and I cut it all off. It had these little static axles, and they had some, I don't know where they are now. Yeah, I had some beams that came back off them, like so, up to the chassis. So I ground those off. They were all tack welded on. So there's where the two beams triangulated up, and then there's where that plate went. And then there's the back. The front I actually cut out. Now, I looked for my other camera. It disappeared. So I had to cut the bottom out. Unfortunately, it came out under the seat, you can see, and that clears the tranny and everything. And then I had to notch back here just to clear the last bit of the tranny. I'm going to have to cut up in here. I talked to Holmes tonight, and we figured out a power plant that's going to go in it. I'm not sure what I can say about it. It's 2,700 kV, which I wanted a higher kV because it's not a crawler. I want it to go faster than 6-8 miles an hour. So I should hopefully have that in 2-3 weeks to test on and work with prototype thing. And that'll be good because it'll fit what I'm doing with it very well. Again, I gotta watch what I say, but not sure if I'm gonna make all the lights function and that are on it. We got the horn here, but lights there, spotlights up there. Not sure. We'll see where I get to on that stuff. And the chassis had a big modification because they come like that. The mount is now that. So I got it all mounted up. I got tape from tape lines. We'll open this up tonight. I got my bunch of 3mm scale hardware from Locked Up because I have a bunch of K&K, but they only do 2 and 2.5, and I needed 3. So I've just mocked it up with one bolt here and there holding it up, things like that. But it all started falling right into place. And in a way, I kind of went the Josh way. Like Josh is real quick about just, yeah, that'll work, cutting it off and shit. I'm real OCD and anal where I'm measuring thrice and cutting once and shit and all this. And I was talking with Wayne getting into it. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's RCEveryday. His shit always comes out clean. I'm just going to, that'll work. Tape line, measured once, twice to make sure shit was centered and then just started cutting to fit by eye. A lot of eyeball measuring on this one. And it's working out wonderfully. I think it's going to be quite a riot to drive and use. I'm not sure yet. Obviously, I got to wait till I get electronics in and everything built. Found my front axle because, you know me, I just have shit like this laying around. So this was assembled. This came out of Red Ryder, my all-wheel drive semi-truck. This was the front suspension I removed to put in a front drive axle. Measured that up. Looks like it's going to work pretty well. I got to see how wide it's going to be. Still have no idea what wheels and tires I'm going to use. I was trying to think, can anyone think of any like spokish old school wheels like this? Like old Kraegers and shit like that anyone makes? Pretty sure I've seen.
What about the wheels and tires off the FMS Jeep?
Which FMS Jeep?
The 10 scale one. It's got those narrow, like style military style tires, wheels on it.
Oh, those are huge though.
Well, they have a 10 scale one that's smaller, don't they?
Well, yeah, the little 12 scale one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might work, but I think those are solid steel, but they would possibly work. I think those are plastic too. I'm trying to go with as much metal as I can.
Yeah.
So if anyone can think of like 155 or 17 is probably going to be about right. That would work well for this. That looks old school because clearly I'm not going for like hardcore rat rod build, right? The axle, front axle will have a wheel centered where it's supposed to. Same with the rear. All that. I guess it's not a rat rod, but in some ways it will be. The way I'm building it's basically like some dude found this at the scrapyard in good shape, threw a custom chassis under it, or modified the factory one and made some changes and made it cool. A little bit of a hot rod beater usable wrecker out of it that's old school. So it's kind of a mishmash of shit as far as the style. Yeah, but good luck finding 4 Reefs front drag wheels. Those have been gone for a while. In fact, I think we're almost out of all of them at the shop. We still had some left over for a long time now, which surprises me. But and I'm not too worried about super narrow. Like if they're a little narrow, that's okay. But again, it's going to be kind of a hodgepodge of style and design. So come on, fucker.
Yeah, but it'd look cool if it had that narrow style.
It would look more appropriate.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get a bottle opener. So we'll see. I was considering doing a working hood and having like a flathead V8 in it.
That'd be cool.
But to get down in there.
Yeah.
Hard for you to see, but to get down in there to cut it all, because I was just going to take a disc and cut everything and then hinge it and make a proper fold-up hood. But I would have to take a bunch of tack welds apart and disassemble the body and cut it, and all of a sudden that's, potential 10, 20 hours just right there getting that to work right. And this hood is you're pretty limited on space. You know, there's my thumb. So, but the real ones are little. You know, they're little vehicles in real life. And this is a little small. Technically, if you do the measurements, it's a 1/12 scale body. So it's a little on the small side for 1/10, but fuck it, I'll make it work. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone got any thoughts? I don't know. I've heard of the CNC Customs guy, Bobby, but I don't know him. What's up, Pickled Finn? So I can't say for sure. And I don't like custom CNC wheels will be expensive. And I don't know if I want to have like a $400 set of wheels on here.
We can find some tires I can 3D print wheels.
That's true. And it probably,
and I can make them spoked. So
probably only going to be 3-4 pounds, maybe. I guess with electronics and motor and everything, maybe 5. So it won't be too outrageous for weight.
Yeah.
I'm hoping when I do it all, like hiding the battery is going to be a bitch. Because I'm going to cut this out and have room for electronics up there pretty much is it. Plus, I'm going to have a whole axle in the way. The axle will be sitting something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking a little 500, 750 milliamp battery that I can Velcro up in there and hide. Maybe
Do a
it's gonna have to be small battery. It's not gonna have long.
Do a
Stop it. Get out of here.
Do a beer keg gas tank behind the cab and stuff it in there.
Yeah, that would work. Half keg would probably be about the right size.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's still gonna have to be like a tiny little 500 milliamp or something out of a helicopter, but that's fine. I don't need to run it down a trail for 2 hours. Just needs to function.
Or you can put the electronics in the keg and put the battery up front.
Yeah, the way what I've got coming from motor ESC, all that stuff, it's going to be best to keep it all front. Plus, I want to keep weight forward bias, so that way I can actually use it as a wrecker and pull shit, you know, like drift cars and light shit like that. Yeah, you're never going to find those wheels though, Mark.
Yeah, like, but you know what would be cool? I wonder if you could find that new Traxxas Oval Racer has like
that's what Mark just said.
Is it the same one he's thinking about? That sprint car?
Yeah. But I'm not gonna pay $1,000 for a Traxxas ever. And you're not gonna.
Is that what they sell for? Really?
Probably.
Oh my god.
Because the way you get those special snap-on models they do pretty much every year is you have to be a snap-on buyer.
Yeah.
You have to pre-order it on the truck, and then they get them at the Snap-on convention. Some
I can't imagine
truck franchisees will buy 2 or 3 just to have on the truck to sell to people that didn't order them, but a lot of them won't. If you didn't pre-order it, they won't have it.
I can't imagine
eBay.
I can't imagine Traxxas would spend the R&D making a bespoke chassis to only sell the Snap-on.
That's true, but I don't know. I haven't seen one. I don't know how specialized it really is.
Oh, they are completely different than anything they've ever. They're completely different. The motor's mounted weird, like the motor's mounted vertically.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it's a whole
I've seen
weird
pictures of like one mudding at Zombie Palooza. That was cool. He put some mud fucking boggers on it, went crazy. And I've seen pictures online. That's it. I haven't seen it taken apart or watched any videos.
I imagine we're going to see it released to the public somewhere a little differently.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Mark, like, yeah, I'm a dealer with Traxxas and can call them and shit, but I don't think generally, like, you can't buy the Snap-on truck bodies that they've done for the X-Max and the Stampede and stuff in the past. And that stuff's all like a one and done. That's why it's so expensive on eBay. Because if you want one, you got to buy a whole truck or get someone that shopped one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that, Mark. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, you had the boggers on it, I thought. And maybe resin printed with some weighted hubs. Yeah, that's what you might not have been in here yet, Pickled, but that's what Chris was saying is he could 3D print the proper wheels. I don't know. I still have about 2 months So for me, I'm way fucking ahead of schedule. Because generally builds like this for me start a week or two before an event. And I'm like, oh yeah, I got to finish this and scramble like a madman. So fortunately, I can figure it out. Maybe I'll get a little farther tonight. I'll show you guys how it mounts on the chassis so far.
Yeah, here, Nick, check this out. Since you haven't seen this yet. You need to let me share the screen.
All right, hold on. So
Okay.
the chassis fits right nice and perfect with a real little gap.
Oh yeah.
Like a real truck. The cross member for the tranny hits right up to the bed. So I can actually put 2 scale hardware screws in there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to rig up real body mounts in here, bent L pieces that then screw through.
Oh, it looks perfect.
So then I can just go pop and the body will come off when I need to do shit. It's not a big nightmare of wires and all kinds of shit. I'm trying to keep it as clean and simple as possible. But it all just fell in real nice.
Yeah.
It's going to look real scale. I may end up cutting some off of here. I've got to start mocking up though, obviously, before I take that step, because once I cut it off, it's a lot harder to put it back on.
Yeah.
So that's that. I'd have done more of this on the show, but it's noisy, right? Cut through all this metal and
Yeah.
shit.
Hacking through everything.
It was a nightmare. But it's all working out well. The inside has a seat and a steering wheel and a dash and everything. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get in there to like paint it, but maybe I can rig up some stickers and stick it through with tweezers. Because I can get my fingers. Windows are big enough, I can reach in there pretty well. I don't think like the steering wheel is just loose on the shaft. So I don't think I'm going to be able to rig up. I thought about maybe rigging up steering, fitting a servo up in there so the wheel moved. That could be another function, but I don't think that's going to cut it.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I've heard great things about Locked Up Forever, but I tend to only buy stuff I can get in the shop, and I can't get this stuff wholesale in the shop to sell. So I haven't before. Were you curious, Dylan? The box smells like dog. But I ordered quite a few. This is not for you. It's not for you. No. Quite a few bits of hardware here. All black oxide, of course, because I like black and the rustiness it does. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of hardware. So, you can kind of see, but it's all hex.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I got if you're into using scale hardware or have stuff that has it, the Weehas, man. You get it. You don't have to buy the whole pouch, obviously, because there's a ton in here you're never going to use on RC. But I bought the whole pouch because I don't mind having extra tools. I could be taking apart a piece of electronics or God knows what someday and need one of these. It wasn't that much more than just buying 4 individual wrenches. It was like double the price for 4 times the tools. I'm waiting for Facebook to start flagging us for saying tranny. Like, no, we're talking about a transmission, man. Trax has said you have to call them and order the parts for snap-ons. Well, I guess I can talk to my rep then, Tommy. You never know. What size are those wheels? Oh, and I gotta let you share
Yeah.
Your share screen should be on. Yeah, one participant can share at a time.
Nope. It says host has disabled it.
All right, now it's multiple.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
That's it right there.
I can't see anything. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
Can you blow that up?
Yep. Let me like it. I was trying to share a window, not that. There we go.
Yeah, we can see both screens.
Boop. I guess that's it. Let me see if I can save it and make it bigger. Let me do that. We can get back out of here. Shit, what did it do here? Oh, I see. Stop share.
Ship in the bottle.
Okay, let me open it up differently. Do 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 do.
Do 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 do
you go.
That takes me back to my grandparents' house back in the day.
There you go.
There it is.
Here. Look how crazy it is, though. Like the motor back here is mounted
Yeah.
vertically in the trans, and then it goes. It's a really weird chassis.
Looks like a regular trans. They just flipped it up weird.
Yeah, maybe
All
it's got a
plastic
little
too,
shaft.
right?
What's that?
It's all plastic too, I'm sure.
It looks composite, yeah. But
And
that rear axle is going to be unique. I mean, think about how they have to make that work.
yeah,
And the suspension's all spring, like cantilever spring.
I don't know. Those wheels and tires just look fucking huge to me for like this.
Well, look how big that XL2 is, because that's a BL2. That's not a big ESC. That's the little one. Yeah, they are probably a little big, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they're probably 1.9 or 2.2s and pretty tall with tires too.
Yeah.
I'm probably need more like 1.55 or 1.7. But then again, beggars can't be choosers. I can only buy. Well, I guess actually I can. I can just be like, hey, Chris, we need this.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that's a really bespoke chassis. They've made nothing like that before.
Interesting. The back of it almost reminds me of like a nitro engine sitting back there.
It reminds me of an outboard engine.
Yeah.
It's like an outboard, but then it's going to a diff on a solid axle in the rear.
Yeah. So is it MOA technically? I don't think it's MOA. I see suspension and shit, so it must have some sort
Well,
of
the axle, the solid axle has a double spring suspension on it, like a, I can't remember what you call that.
It's got the old school mechanical shocks style that it's using for springs.
Yeah.
Dylan, enough.
So the whole, I think what it is the motor and trans are physically on the axle, so they're floating.
Oh, really? That
Yeah,
would be an MOA then in that case.
It's basically an MOA, yeah. Because it doesn't, it's a solid axle, it's not independent. So.
And I don't think Traxxas has ever built anything MOA that I can think of.
No, not that I can think of.
I think MOA, I think Tamiya, you know, grasshoppers, hornets, lunch boxes, clodbusters.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a weird, it's a whole new thing for them. So
yeah, that is quite a bit of work and R&D and molds and all that stuff. So
yeah, it would be really surprised if they limited it to Snap-on.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Although they're not cheap off the Snap-on trucks, so Traxxas probably still makes good money off it.
True. But they have to know the market for it outside of that.
For them, you know.
Yeah. It would be really dumb of them to not bring it out to the public.
Yeah, especially when everyone's shitting bricks over it.
Right. Like I would want one. I think they're rad.
Well, I guess at this point I can start tinkering.
Start fucking with shitty.
I'll just have to stare at it for a second. You know, that's one of the rules. Before you actually get started, you just have to sit there and stare at it for a minute.
Right, Mark. Too bad it's a Traxxas. I know.
Yeah, I won't.
Oh.
All right. Well, actually, what I'm going to start doing is putting in my scale hardware. I'm surprised. I expected as much as I handled this the other day, since it's just raw steel, that I'd start to have fingerprint rust marks and stuff, you know, like when you handle sheet metal and stuff. And it's like you can see maybe, no, the camera doesn't pick it up. Maybe a little bit there, but.
Is it stainless?
No, it's not stainless. It's just raw steel.
Does it have a, the hell do they call it? The oil on it? Like manufacturing oil or whatever?
Oh,
God damn it.
Mill scale.
Yeah, is there mill scale on? Is that why it's
not that I can see?
Huh.
I mean, there might be a little bit, but not like buying big iron chunks, you know, for full size stuff.
Yeah. Or CNC oil, yeah. Pickleton said. Yeah, because they've been CNC'd, so they probably have some oil left over from the CNC.
They're laser cut, pretty sure.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. Last few years of Snap-on rig have come to the public the following year. I can't think of any special ones, Tommy, that they did like this chassis. Well, Snap-on X-Max or Snap-on Stampede or Snap-on this. It was always something that was out.
Was the drag car a Snap-on first before it was released?
Maybe, but I don't think so. Possible though. That was
Either.
God. That was like 13 years ago. I can't remember that shit.
Yeah, they've always been like they did like the on-road car chassis.
Yeah, they just stuck the snap-on body on a chassis they already had.
Yeah, they've always done that. They've never made a bespoke chassis for Snap-on.
Yeah.
That's a first. So yeah, it's weird.
I wonder. I think that this locked up all has to be metric. Yep. I ordered 3 mil, so it's not gonna have standard heads. It is gonna be awesome having all scale hardware on this.
Yeah.
And man, these Weeha tools are great. The RC four-wheel drive ones are all right, the scale hardware tools. But if you get the shit where you got to torque it on the smaller ones, it splits down the
Gotcha. Yeah.
So then of course, every time you put torque to it, it just spreads open and skips and snaps shut, spreads open, and
that's annoying.
Hard to see because they're so tiny. But these Weehas are the shit. I know Wayne was saying that he has some from Locked Up that work awesome. He loves.
Yeah, Tommy, the hauler was just a TRX6 though, and the 32 and 34 Fords were just the TRX. What do they call the on-road car?
Were they Snap-on first?
I don't think so because they had the TRX6.
I didn't think they were, but it's possible.
The hauler was a TRX6 with a bed, like a rollback.
Yeah, but he's saying they were like came out as the Snap-on version first.
I think they did. I think the hauler was a Snap-on.
Okay.
Yeah, and the 32 and 34 Fords were Snap-on only, but there was still just a standard road chassis.
No, you can buy those right now. Still, the 34 Ford.
Yeah, but the chassis wasn't bespoke. No, neither one of those chassis were bespoke.
Well, they were at the time.
The TRX6 you could get before the hauler, couldn't you?
Not in hauler form, though. Not the big one.
But it was just a TRX6 is all it was.
Yeah, with a stretched frame and an extra axle.
Yeah, it wasn't a special like made chassis like that you couldn't get anywhere else. It was
I think the 34 Ford is on a Fortec 2.0 as I recall.
Fortec, thank you. That's what I was trying to remember. Fortec. Yeah, it's just a Fortec chassis.
I don't think that was actually out before. No, I know it wasn't out before the Fortec 2.0. That didn't come out until later.
They've done custom bodies. They just haven't done custom chassis.
They always decked out with bodies and wheels for the most part.
Yeah,
but the hauler was probably everything new.
I think the hauler was the most unique one prior to the sprint car.
That's a good view, like for scale people. The scale hardware versus the button head. It just looks so much better with scale hardware.
Yeah.
All about those details.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the rail
GB84 2000. That's I was trying to figure this out last time. That's RCJesus, right? I think. I don't have everyone's YouTube handles memorized, so people will be talking to me like I instantly know who it is. I'm like, well, clearly I know who you are, but I don't know that fucking name, man.
Yep, he says.
All right, that's what I thought.
Oh,
how's it going, buddy?
Oh.
Yeah, the rails are different. That's what we were saying. Like making chassis rails isn't the same as making a whole new car, you know?
Right, yeah.
You're making different rails, maybe cross member or two, and add an axle and
shit. Should we show off the secret project a little, or you still want to wait till I get that sent out to you?
No, I don't give a shit. Go for it.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna love this motherfucker because I know I do.
Oh, it's still kind of in pieces.
It puts the one going around on Facebook and shit to shame.
There's still shit going. Like I still have to fix the rear swing arm, but get all of the pieces together. The main body's still together. So. Oh man, a mess.
Here he is. Like, should I show it off? It's in a bunch of pieces.
Oh, that's mostly there. There she is.
Miss America. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you don't have the axle and shit and all that.
Yeah, I'm redoing the rear axle, so
it's all done though.
Yeah,
you guys should have seen it a month ago.
This is why, because I fooked up.
Yeah.
So, but
you normally found the weak point.
Normally it goes there.
Yeah, there you go. It's gonna be so badass.
Yeah.
Three-wheeler for the win.
I hear the collarbones of the fallen.
Well, don't fall. Know how to slide your ass left and right. That's gonna be the
Yeah.
hardest part is trying to get it really stable.
Bigger tires, just bigger tires.
Yeah.
It's just not going to look as scale. That's all.
You know what, Mike? Is there enough room to put like a decent power servo back there that we put an arm on with a weight? And then when you turn, that
Yeah,
servo shifts the
but
opposite way, like when you're sliding your ass on it.
you got to have slick enough tires to break them loose.
Yeah, or enough
Or
power.
you have to, or a smooth. Yeah, well, yeah. It's hard because you know how it is riding them. You rode them, so you got to shift your weight and the throttle, and like you got to feel it. Like
Hmm.
I don't know how you could relay that input to your finger and hand and a controller to know like
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
yeah. But yeah, I've got Nick one all printed up. I just got to print some more things and send Nick his, and he'll put it together. But
I love the engine and everything, and it looks so badass.
yeah, that's all.
So this isn't built off a Pro Moto. This
No,
is
not at all.
full home
This
deal.
is yeah. The chassis plates are laser cut acrylic.
Yeah.
It's all 3D printed.
Nobody else gonna have that shit.
550 can planetary. So yep. The problem is the gyro is just going to help move the front tire. It's not going to keep it from tipping unless it's like a big mechanical gyro like the Promoto. But even
Well,
then,
what I'm saying is not even a gyro, just literally a weight shift on a servo, like right behind the red, under the
well, I was
seat.
at Pickled Finn's comment.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
we talked about using the gyro out of the Pro Moto and shit too, but
yeah, yeah. There was some talks of that, but yeah, no, it's I drove it. That's how I broke it.
it's
So I know
been
what to do.
tested.
I know what I got to do to fix it now, and I just have to take the time to fix it. So
Yeah, part of the game.
yep. Boy.
Oh, I'm so glad I ordered all the scale hardware and chose to go that route. So
Yeah.
much better. And it really, like, if you like anything, if you have good tools, I can crank on these things all day, and the hardware is good and solid, so it's not wanting to round out or give me any issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got so many projects like right on the cusp of being done, like the gyro. It's I just need to print some more parts and fuck with it.
We got a while yet before Proline.
Yeah. Well, once summer hits and I have all the time in the world to fuck with shit,
Yeah,
that's when
teacher
I'll fuck with
life.
shit.
Yeah.
What else was I working on? Oh, the Borderlands buggy, that's all pretty much wrapped up.
Yes, it definitely makes a big difference, Pickled. And then now, once I have this fully molded in or bolted in,
And this
we can
beast.
start playing with front suspension and seeing if it's going to work and what has to be modified there.
Still need to I'm making a new gun for this, and then all I got left to do is wiring. I want to put a light up here on the gun turret, so it's got a light on it.
Yeah.
But I've drove around a bunch recently. It's a freaking blast.
Yeah, it's still working great.
I just wish it was faster. That's the only bummer. It's not fast. So
That's all right. We'll just run it in rougher terrain where you're not able to go fast anyway.
yeah. Yep. But yeah, it's cool. I need to get working on yours.
I just thought about how ridiculous Proline is going to be this year. They're going to be around Borderlands buggies, three-wheelers. You'll have the gyro wheel, all this crazy custom shit. People are going to be like, what the fuck?
Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah. If you don't know, now you know.
Well, we should have at the minimum. We
Mark
should each.
says you are so going viral this year, Squatch.
Well, at the minimum, we should each have a three-wheeler to fuck with. We should each have a Borderlands buggy to fuck with. Hopefully we'll have the gyro bike done, but then I will hopefully have the double gyro thing done too.
Yeah.
And oh, I was
love
fucking around on
hardware looks.
I was fucking around on that Shop Goodwill that I was talking to you about. You know, their auction line on the thing.
Yep.
They had a freaking hydraulic excavator on there. I'm bidding on.
What?
Yeah.
Which one?
So I'm looking up right now. I'm trying to remember what it was.
That's awesome. I would never expect to see that.
I was very surprised.
I can't remember. I think
Uh,
these are 2.5 mil into the tranny, as I recall.
it is a double hobby. Is that right? Does that sound familiar?
Double E.
Double E, yeah. Double E hobby Volvo excavator.
Hydraulic.
Yeah, it's got hydraulic lines on it.
Yeah, because double E does like and die cast masters kind of stuff, but there's hydraulic ones too.
Yeah, it's got
The
legit
quality is supposed
hydraulic.
to be pretty good. So that's pretty amazing. What's it at so far?
It comes with one of the Heine cheaper ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's at $250.
Oh my God. What site is this?
This is the Shop Goodwill,
Don't tell me I was joking.
their auction site.
Everyone's gonna go be like jumping in on the fucking auction now.
Whatever. I probably won't even keep bidding. I don't know if I'll keep bidding on it. We'll see.
If you get the hydraulic equipment, start playing with it.
I know. I'm
You'll be
already
fucked.
goofing off. I know. I know.
I gotta go get smaller scale hardware bin. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. Shakes with lamb's tail.
Uh, I gotta find some other cool shit to make.
Yeah,
Weird,
because you don't have enough unfinished projects right now.
I'm fucking stupid, dude. It's stupid.
Now you're talking like me.
So I've got
We got a bunch of shit almost done. I better
I have
quit.
I have four of these bins sitting right here. Two more behind them. That's it in here. So I have 6 bins. Each bin's a project.
A bad influence. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I need to. And then like my gyro doesn't even have its own bin, so that's. I've got the scale drag truck, the gyro bike, the skid steer, both the 3-wheelers, your Borderlands buggy to finish. What else am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting something. I don't know, a bunch of shit. And I have other projects. I have all the parts to start that I haven't fucked with that I need to stay away from.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Tommy hasn't seen the scale drag truck. I can pull that out. I actually was working on the scale drag truck the other day.
The scale what?
The scale drag truck.
Shit, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I know. I was actually fucking with it the other day. Oh, let me get it out. Okay, there's the chassis. Chassis.
Oh. Yeah, I totally forgot about that one.
Yep, and then before they did the truck, it's the Blazer body converted. See if I can mock it up here real quick. I haven't fucked with the body in a while. That's not right. Come on. Where's its happy space? There's its happy spot. Nope, that's not its happy spot. Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, so it's the rear. The rear's all tubbed out, so I got it all tubbed out and done up. They're tucked in. So yeah, I'm fucking with it a little bit. I redid the rear axle, so now I gotta redo the drive line. That's what I've been dealing with.
Yeah.
And then once that's back to being locked in, then it's just all the body work, all the putty, and because it was before the
All
trucks.
the fun stuff that I hate doing.
Yeah, the putty, the sanding, shaping, primering, painting, detail stuff. So, yep, that'll come along eventually.
That's also what she said.
Well, then I need to get. I've got other projects though too that are around here, just stupid shit like the doofwagon, the 8x8 doofwagon I want to do. Like that's sitting on a shelf in my garage. So
The hell is a doof wagon?
Mad Max, the doof wagon.
Oh yeah, yeah. I totally forgot.
Dude, the fucking dude on the. I want to put the dude on it. I want fucking flames to come out his guitar, just like the real thing. Like I'm gonna do the whole fucking thing. It's gonna be stupid.
Little propane tank.
Just like a little butane lighter. A little servo to click it,
Yeah.
and then shoots a little flame out the tip of the lighter or the guitar that's in the lighter. Just all the fucking speakers, all of them.
All the speakers.
Yeah, it's gonna be stupid. I already have the chassis done. It's a SCX 10 2 chassis, but I converted it was the 6x6. I went to 8x8. So the whole chassis and drivetrain's done. And now I've got the 3D files to print the body for I think it's a man cab. I think it's a man cab. So the cab, and then I've got the top of it has like the front of a Hudson or something on top of the cab. I've got the 3D files for that. And then it's just printing and putting it all together and blending it and making it look right. So lots of styrene and 3D printing and putty, and that's what's going to take forever on that build. And then wiring. Holy fuck, the wiring's going to take forever.
Wiring
Yeah.
is fun.
Well,
Especially
it's going to have.
do it nice and clean.
It's going to have probably. Oh god, I counted one time. I think it was 5.
Dylan, I cannot deal with
It's
you.
going to have like 34 speakers in it or something.
Holy shit.
It's going to be stupid. I want like as many of the speakers in it to be real as possible, just like the real Doofwagon. And then on the back where they have the big drums they hit, I'm going to put the guys there with sticks, but the drums are going to be subwoofers. So there's going to be 4 subs in the back.
Subwoofers?
Yeah, big like 2-inch subs in the back where the drums are. And then the front's just 2 big speaker walls. So there's just going to be fuck tons of different speakers in there. Because I got to wire that. So I got to wire the amps, the receiver. I mean, everything's got to be wired. That yeah. It makes me twitch thinking about it. But it'll be fucking rad. I'll have to use my airplane radio, my 20 channel, to probably run it.
You got a 20? Jesus.
Yeah.
You baller.
Yeah, I got that in the works. And then what's those other ones I have going? I've got another project I was fucking around with. Let me think. What's out there? Oh, the Toyota dancing bed pickup. I got all the stuff to do that. So I do the lowrider kind of dancing Toyota dancing bed audio system.
You know Red Cat's coming out with one, right?
Oh, they actually coming out with one?
Oh yeah, it got leaked like 5-6 months ago, but now they've released it. They've officially announced it.
Tommy, I just use low pass. They make miniature low pass filters, basically, Tommy. But I get amplifiers. I get 2.1 amplifiers where it's all built into the board. So I get 2 full ranges out and a low pass out from the amp. I just have to feed it input, so it makes it simpler for me.
Need input.
Yeah, so there'll be 4 subs, so there'll be 4 of those amps in there. So those will be able to drive 8 full range mains and the 4 subs. And then the rest of the mains will have their own independent 2-channel amps. So it just depends on the combination of subs and mains I use, which amplifiers I use, and all that. It took me a long time to find them. I don't give away my secrets easy, Tommy. I've been at it for like 4 or 5 years. Everybody wants to know the shit I run. It's like I researched and paid and bought tons of shit that didn't work to figure out what did work. Yep, I got a lot of shit that I've ordered from China. I've got a couple of boards I've had designed that I'm waiting to have some money to build. So they'll be bespoke amplifier Bluetooth receiver boards.
You reminded me of fucking John with torque density tonight, but for you it's bespoke.
Oh yeah, I'm using the bespoke.
I need to start taking a drink every time you say bespoke.
Fuck. Custom.
One-off.
Custom made, one-off amplifiers.
I like the accent at the end. Uh,
No, yeah, I've fucked around with a bunch of stuff. It's time and money. I could take all the speaker stuff so much farther. I just really don't want to right now. It's just not enough energy and time for me to push it as hard as I'd like
yeah,
to.
having a full-time job makes side gig shit a lot more work.
I always get all ramped up in the summer and get excited, and then school starts, and I kind of like nothing. And
Well,
Christmas
especially
time,
now you're getting towards the end of the year starting, so
yeah, no, it's yeah, yeah.
Tommy, okay, I need some of your custom amps then. There you go. That's the point.
Oh man. Yeah. If I start selling too much of my stuff individually, those guys will just go build it themselves.
Yeah.
Started doing that though. I mean, on my website, I've got all my files now available and the speaker packages available and shit. So it's pretty much there. Just I don't really hide the secrets too much anymore. So the hard part is just like guys want to buy an amp from me, and I'm like, well, what speakers do you have? Well, I don't know. And they don't know what specs they have on their speaker. I'm like, well, I don't know what
Yeah.
amps work for you then. Like, if you buy it as a package from me, then it'll have the speakers, the amp, everything. I know it all works together, but it's like you have some weird ass fucking speaker I've never seen. And I'm like, I don't know. What's your ohm rating? What's your
Yeah,
impedance?
I was
Blah,
gonna
blah,
say it's got
blah.
weird impedance and RMS stats.
Yeah, and I'm just like, so I have no idea if this amp's gonna work for you. I'll sell it to you. Here, go take it, but I don't know if it works for you.
Might blow your shit though.
Or it'll just sound like garbage, I mean, that's the hard part, that's where I've tried to really avoid not selling full systems because I don't want some guy to be like, this sounds great and Scale Audio Solutions did it, and it sounds like fucking shit, and my name's on it. Like that's what I don't want.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to avoid. So that's why I really try to just sell my speaker packages. Like here's speaker amplifiers, everything you need. I made YouTube videos on how to wire it. Here,
Yeah. It
go
all
have
works. It's gonna sound clean. It's gonna
yeah, and then
it's
if
gonna
they
be
want to make their
reliable.
own box, they can. Or if they want to buy them files to make my box, they can. So
Yeah.
at least that way, there's a little bit of control. But yeah, I don't know. I've gotten some bites and stuff on it, but yeah, it's a weird thing. There's so many fly by night guys out there doing it now that yeah, just do my thing. People
And
want
those
shit.
people that fly at night. Oh shit.
Yeah, Tommy
Oh, that's gonna be pretty tits.
is lining up nice.
Yeah, they're gonna oh wait, yeah, that was my turn around. They're gonna stick out a little,
Oh yeah, just a touch, huh?
but should look all right. I can always narrow this, cut it down in the middle,
Yeah.
and then mount springs. Well, I don't know if I'll have room to mount springs on board with a motor and shit there. That's I'm a couple of weeks out from having my motor and everything
Yeah.
to do
Mhm.
that, so
More parts to mock stuff up.
I might have to wait before I get ahead of myself and just have to take shit apart and totally redo it.
Yeah.
Always
Oh,
something.
yes, it is.
I'm still debating. I don't know. Might not be too hard because there's a lip I can run my nail on the edge of the door here.
I
So
know
I
where
could
you're.
potentially take the Dremel and make working doors.
Yeah.
And then I could deck out the interior a lot more because I can reach in there better. But I don't know. This is little shit that comes with time.
Chop the top while you're at it.
No, stop. I'm going far enough. It's almost like has a chop top.
It looks good. It looks good. Just like
Because the
everything
Model
fits
T
together.
roof, like those are tall roofs. Because back in the day, up until what, into the 50s, one of the requirements car companies had were men needed to be able to get in there and wear a hat because
Mhm.
dudes always had hats on.
Yeah.
So you had to have room for like a 5'8", 5'10" dude, and then his 6 inches of hat. You get in old cars, man, even when like 6'2", I'll sit in the car and I'm like, holy headroom.
Yeah.
Fine. Got room for my hat.
Oh, fuck. Hmm.
Yeah, Tommy's like, I have a car stereo background. I know what you mean. Exactly. It's all the same shit, just a little.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of
The
want to.
porting. What's that?
I kind of want to start getting the chassis mounted to the body. Then I have to go get the drill, but
Yeah, but if you end up moving the suspension and shit around, you that gonna fuck with that?
no, I've decided this the way it fits is so perfect that everything else works around it.
Yeah.
It's to scale and right and easy and nice.
Can you just do magnets to mount the body to the chassis?
I could, but
That'd be sweet. Then you don't have to fuck with anything. Just lifts right
if
off.
they scale hardware bolts looks cooler.
Okay. You can do body mounts too and like really go all out with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll make body mounts that bend up on the inside and shit, put little spacers in them and
It's a little rubber grommets.
little stuff. Shit that 98% of people will never notice.
But it makes you feel good that you did it.
Exactly. Oh, and I noticed it used to be a bitch to open these Reefs servos. I stole a 99 from the shop today for the steering, and now he's got nice little pull tab spots on him.
Oh, look at that. So nice of him.
Yeah, always thinking that guy. Ow. Thanks for dropping that on my toe, dog. I went with the 99. I guess I forgot. I had to ask my buddies, like, which servos fit in there? I was thinking it was like 99 and something else, and they're like 99, 179. I'm like, 99 should be more than enough.
Yeah, you're not crawling with it. You're just driving it around.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, in the next 20 years, this thing will probably get like an hour's drive time on it. So this is
Oh,
this is like an exercise of building something, and then I'm probably hardly ever gonna fucking use it. And then now with my axles, yep, so steering towards the back will work nice. I could go to the front too, though. That's how it's designed.
ooh.
Huh. And at least, it's already the to me it comes with factory U-bolts and shit and
Yeah.
plates on scale. Like it's all scale and good. They are metal. I was thinking these were
hmm
plastic for some reason.
I think the factory Tamiya ones are plastic, but their aftermarket metal ones are out there.
This is factory to me, I think it's steel.
Hmm.
I could
I
be wrong.
I have steel ones that are pretty. Their aftermarket steel ones are cheap. I have some, but I don't think I've ever seen them come steel or aluminum. They're probably cast aluminum. But
I don't know. This is pretty stout. I think it's steel.
hmm.
So actually, yeah, front steering will work perfect.
Wunderbar.
And it shouldn't matter which way I mount this. Because then I just build links to fit accordingly. I'm going to be building them all custom anyways, so fuck it. Now, what size are these tiny little bastards? 2.5s or 2s, looks like. Back to the scale hardware bin. Oh, yeah, rubber washers for sure. No doubt.
Oh, I have zero to motivation to work on anything.
It's okay. That's how I feel a lot of the time.
I need to work on so much shit too.
That's what makes it even worse. You just look around and you're like, oh, where do I even start?
Yeah, too much going on.
There we go. Let's see how this is going to work. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Hmm.
Might have to take the transmission out to mount the servo.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because it's wanting to go in at like an angle because it's in the way, but it's working so far.
Yeah, it'll straighten itself out.
Yep. Oh shit, this kind of fucks with me though. Because I just noticed now that I have it screwed in, although I can put spacers. Now my servo sticks out.
Hmm.
And I had it all how I wanted it. Yeah, that moves everything back even further. Fuck that. Can't have that.
Womp, womp, womp.
No. Yeah, that'll be too far, I think. Because I have the potential to move it down one hole and
Yeah,
shift the whole thing too.
yeah.
But I think putting spacers on it will be better. Let's see. Time for some more eyeballing.
Measure, measure, measure. Eyeball measure.
Actually, yeah, spacing it out will work better for me anyways. Bazinga. Problem solved.
Why
I love it when a plan falls together.
don't you just take that whole front mount off to mount the servo?
Well, because then I have to take 4 screws out.
It's easier to take that out or the motor.
Doesn't matter either way, it's 4 screws. But now I got to find tiny little spacers.
Let's make some.
Well, that's probably what I'll have to do. But shit! Now I'm running into another problem. Now the wire where it sticks out is hitting the block.
Yep.
So it's time for a little gentle massaging of the plastic. Actually, screw it. If I just push it hard enough, it's good. That's what
Yeah,
she
how many servo wires I fucked up doing that?
said. It'll never happen.
Like, if I
Uh,
just push a little harder, strip. Fuck.
mhm. All right, so now I'm gonna have to make some little spacers that are about 5 mil, probably.
Just find a nut.
That's not scale. I mean, it is for some shade.
And a
Mechanic.
servo in your car is scale too.
Yep,
You're gonna spot the servo before you see the
it's the
space.
steering box. It's just an odd shape.
Actually, I was fucking with that one time. I had a servo. Actually, when I was working, I don't know what the fuck I was working on. I mounted the servo at a crazy angle, and then 3D printed a cover for it with the steering shaft coming into it, so it looked like a stock steering box.
Yep.
It was rad.
Well, I noticed a while
Like I was
back
fucking
working
around
on a
with.
Bronco, some dude he put good grade A bolts in the bell housing to the engine for the tranny, but they were too long, so I've got stacks of like 6 washers on
Oh
each.
fuck!
And I'm like, it's always nice buying someone else's project.
Ah, that
Because that's
sucks.
how 99% of shit out there gets built, you know. I'm like, I can't do that. It's wrong. Just go to the fucking hardware store and buy the right bolts.
That's what people don't do. They'll find a mismatched bunch of bolts instead of go to the hardware store.
Yep. Then you
Yeah,
got to measure and you got to go spend like $40 on hardware, and God forbid.
that's the other thing. Hardware stores are fucking expensive for hardware.
I've been looking at just buying a rack of hardware, that's all probably just go
Well,
all
that's
grade
all my. Oh shit! I've got about 10 of these full of metric hardware. Just
Oh yeah, for the RC, I'm full of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But it takes a fuck of a lot more space and a lot more money to stock up like that for full size.
Well, when I start actually putting my dots in together, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get a bunch of hardware
Yeah.
and just buy a fuck ton of it. Spend a few $100s on hardware and just have it.
Yep.
Minus some big stuff. There's some weird big size stuff off to order that I'm not gonna
That's
stock.
always the case. All right, I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Oh yeah. Whew. More than this. Okay. I guess I'll work on some. Ah. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. You guys have any cool projects out there? Chat's gone quiet. What do you guys got you're working on?
Okay, more like 43 seconds, but I'm back.
Yeah, that's all right. I was just asking if anybody else has some cool shit they're working on.
I'm sure.
Always curious.
It's kind of annoying that you can't post pictures and shit in the chat for stuff.
I know.
I understand why they don't, because of bandwidth and storage and all this shit. But
Yeah. Oh.
oh, you got oh yeah, it's GP. Okay, I was like, you got a buddy on Mac too? I thought it was Tommy at first. How's that coming, Chris? I know you've been like media blasting it and stripping it and doing all kinds of shit. Where?
Oh.
What am I going to use for good spacers for these little 2 mil screws? Dylan, I don't want your bone right now, man.
He just wants to he just wants to see you hit yourself in the face again.
Yeah, right. Bastard.
Oh, it's true. Oh.
These might work nicely. The old for planes, the brass grommets,
Oh yeah.
or brass sleeves that go through the grommets, rather. You gotta love when you
Maybe.
can look around your workbench and shit's right there. They're a little big, but they look about the right depth.
But there's so much more scale than a nut.
Yes, exactly. Mm.
Oh.
Well, they fit all the way through it with the driver in it, so that's a no-go. Way too big. Son,
100. Oh, fuck.
maybe does he have any like that in here for the micro? Probably not.
Is there a term for someone who starts new projects before finishing their old?
Yeah, it's called ADHD.
Okay, I'll accept that.
Welcome to my life.
Dude, I'm like sitting here working on a new project, and I'm like, fuck, why? What
What am
doing?
I doing to myself?
Yeah, I'm working on it, thinking, why? Why am I fucking with this right now?
Well, honestly, anymore, what gets more annoying to me over time is everyone being like, "Oh, it's taking too long for you to finish it. You got to finish that, blah, blah." And I'm like, hey, it'll get finished in a year, 5 years, 10 years. Eventually, it will get finished. Hood chopped and moved offset. Nice. Designing custom chassis for my new heavyweight tug of war rig. Oh, boy. That sounds as expensive as mud trucks.
Oh, I need to print
Those
more.
like the brake parts, too. Most expensive racing I ever did was the Mega Truck series. Building them wasn't cheap because you had to build them with top shelf shit to the max in order for it to survive to begin with. And then the amount of ring and pinions and bearings and other bullshit you went through and broke and stuff, axle shafts. It was not cheap. 60 pound and 47 pound rig. Damn. I knew guys back in the day that built like 4 engine nitro powered pole trucks and shit, but I don't think I ever saw them tug of war each other.
Yeah.
47 pound smoked motor. Yeah. That's the kind of shit that happens playing those games. It's fun, but it's not cheap. Oh, was that a Zombie Palooza? I didn't see that video. I saw quite a few, but I missed that one, I guess. That looked like a good time. I'm bummed I couldn't go.
Need to order actuators
Good
now.
time and money. Yeah, I still haven't gotten my servo for the road grader.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I'm gonna have to look that back up and see what the fuck is happening because that was
That
what,
one.
6 weeks
That
ago.
fucker. I got lost in limbo.
Well, I don't ever remember seeing a charge come through for it either.
Oh.
Because I check my bank statements, credit card statements, all that shit every day.
Yeah.
And I don't ever remember seeing it go through. I only killed 3 ring gears this weekend between Mega and Rock Bouncer. Precisely. And that's a good weekend. No axle shafts, no hubs, no bullshit, just a few rings. It's so fun, but so much work.
Oh.
Kind of tempted. I got to figure out how to make this work because, like I said, Reef said it's okay if I make it mechanically work, but like it's just tack welded onto the boom there. So I got some grinding to do. And then, yeah, you know what?
Get
I
a
was,
Reefs
I
get a
was
Reefs winch servo and make it RC.
No,
No.
it's not how it would have been in real life. Shit ain't scale.
You can make
Well,
it
I was
look
just thinking I was
mechanical.
gonna rig up a bunch of gears and pulleys from already ready-made RC parts, but fuck it, I'm just gonna bug you. And be like, here's pictures and dimensions. I need this
Such
to work, please.
such a
Yeah, yeah. I never said otherwise.
you know I'll do it, so whatever.
Oh shit, that's right. And the cable is actually just metal wire. So I'm gonna have to cut all that off. All right, time to start deconstruction.
Commit to the build, man. Commit to the build.
And that is the thing when when I was cutting this chassis, I'm like, I'm sure it's gonna work, but you can't really fit it to measure it, you know, you can just eyeball it. And I didn't get the calipers out, but I did get a measuring tape out. I'm like, it should work. And when you're doing it, you're like, well, I'm committed now.
You just got to trust the process.
Yep.
Trust the process.
It helps when you've done this shit 1 or 2 times before too. It makes it a little easier.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easier to visualize it.
Yeah. You don't have the same fear either. You're used to just cutting shit apart and making it work.
Yeah, usually.
Where's this going? Oh, it goes under.
I measure shit and fit stuff up and look at it and mock it up, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm usually ridiculous about it, especially with full size stuff. But with RC, it's like sometimes I just got to learn who gives a fuck. It's a toy. If it's 98% perfect, that's fine. No one's going to notice. Except for all you fuckers watching that know that. Yeah, I know he fucked that up a little bit. Oof. And I gotta say, the metal they made this out of is pretty nice because it's that kind that like it's pliable and workable, but it's just stout enough that you don't have a bunch of worrying about wrecking stuff going on.
Is it steel or tin?
Fuck if I know.
Is it magnetic?
Looks like, I mean, by the looks of that, that's just the seat, but I'm guessing tin or aluminum.
Is it magnetic?
Well, you know, I haven't tried that. Do I have a magnet handy? I think my telescoping magnetic tool's in the garage where it belongs.
None of your screwdrivers are magnetic?
Fuck no, I hate that shit.
I hear you.
It's handy 1% of the time. The rest of the time it fucks
You got a motor sitting there? You got a motor sitting around? Brush motor?
Yeah, I do. Good idea. Not just any brush motor, a classic Speed Gems from the 90s.
Ooh, a speed gem. Those are killer.
Eh, it's definitely a little magnetic.
So 10 maybe.
Yeah.
It's not aluminum then.
Yeah, as I rotate towards where the magnet in the housing is, it's
So steel or tin.
probably tin or real thin steel, sheet metal.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, what am I missing here?
We're talking about weight.
Holy shit, I missed a bunch. Hood chopped and moved offset. Yeah, that's where I was. There we go. 47 pound. There it is. Oh, yeah, Trevor might have posted it. He's into a lot of that shit, so that's very likely. Oh, there you go. I missed that, Mark. I'm sure you saw it. 51 pounds, and that was Tommy's.
Damn.
The shipping container with lead plates was crazy. I missed that. See, I'm gonna
I
have to
think
try
they're watching a video, or they were talking about a video they watched.
3/4 inch steel plate. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and find that video somewhere, I guess. Where's it posted, Tommy? Is it in Georgia Rock Zombies? I didn't see it in there. But I may very well have missed it. Time to do some body work.
Ting, 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 ting.
Yeah. Nothing like a good ball peen hammer for body work.
Crawler and Customs made the video, Tommy says.
Oh, okay. He's on my feed too. I don't know why I missed it. Huh.
Oh.
I'll have to go digging on the old Facebook.
Yeah, if things keep going the way they are, I might have some heavy equipment to bring the fuck around with it, Proline.
Good. I need West Coast friends that have it because I can't afford to ship my shit out there.
Well, most of mine will be brooder conversion shit, but it'll be something.
Yeah, better than nothing.
Yeah.
Well, and I have faith you're going to win that Goodwill hydraulic one.
No, I'm not
And
going
that
to.
will ruin you, and you'll buy more, and it'll all work out.
Oh,
And
God.
they're done that.
We'll see. We'll see how much energy I have to do all these builds and conversions before September.
All right, I think I got to do a little Dremel work for the rest of this to remove it.
Zing.
Yeah, I used a lot of my wheel up last night too. Wasn't a fresh one, that's what's left, but I got more.
Oof. Reinforced wheels, good ones.
Yeah, that's what these ones are, I think.
Those ones don't blow up in your face as
But
often.
it's still real narrow to cut slots and stripped out screws and all
Oh,
that.
you got the fancy quick release piece on there too.
Duh.
You're a big baller Dremel guy, name brand.
You know I don't fuck around when it comes to tools. Oh, yeah.
But how much you use Dremels? I hear you. Fucking
I actually don't use them that often, but when you use them, it's nice to have good shit.
Yep. Yep. Oh, so
and the Rock Bottom Zombies in a bunch of places. All right. I didn't realize Crawlers and Customs was out there.
Jeez, Wayne.
Hey, what up, Wayne? You slacker.
Jeez. I know.
I got
got
a bunch of my locked up RC hardware in, Wayne. Trying to figure out what to use for spacers, starting to dissect the wrecker part of the truck, and so it's gonna be made to work.
GP's asking about North State's Cat 225. That's a hydraulic upgraded Hyena.
They were at at least I actually joined the watch. No doubt, right? None of the rest
We
of the
appreciate you, Wayne. We appreciate you.
They are at Cabin Fever. Did you meet them there, GB? They seem like good guys. They've been into it for a while, as far as I know. Seems like they know what they're doing. I'm pretty sure they're the ones that built that badass log skidder. So it's probably done well and worth it. I mean, it depends on what they want for it too. I have no idea, but
Does the Hyena stuff, the nicer Hyena stuff is still die-cast, isn't it?
yeah. You can buy plastic and metal, and they have like different versions of how much plastic and metal is in it.
And it's just not hydraulic though. Even their high-end one's all electric still, right?
It's not hydraulic and it's not that heavy.
Yeah.
You know, a fully metaled out one is like 10 pounds, 20 pounds, maybe at most.
Gotcha.
It's not 60, 70, 80, 90 pounds.
Yeah.
But like the brooders, you can always add weight to them.
I've been following the Toucan hobby guys, and they have all kinds of shit those guys are releasing. Every time I turn around, they got something new.
Well, they're I don't know them well enough yet at this point, at least, to know.
Yeah.
exactly their involvement. I believe Toucan is just like a hobby shop and distributor. But I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I see Oliver from Toucan involved with like the I Whale badass crane and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know if he's part
Yeah.
of the companies too, or if he's a consultant, or if he just does it because he sells it. But yeah, Toucan has like every.
Dude, they have every time I turn around, there's something new they're coming out with. It's fucking rad.
I mean, it might. It could basically be a Magome. They might be doing the same shit. But you don't have to pay. Ow, dick. Um, you don't have to pay for shipping from Spain and duty and shit like you do with Magome.
Yeah. The hydraulic dump trailer they announced recently is fucking rad too.
Who, Toucan?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It's an actual 12 scale hydraulic dump trailer that you can pull behind your Tamiya.
14th then?
Yeah, looks like it, yeah. It's all
I got mine from
self-contained.
Reg. Reg up
Cool.
in Canada. If you ever want hydraulic dump trailers and like flatbed conversions and stuff for your semi whatnot, RCP
Yeah.
products. Reg Clark up in Canada. Best shit out there. His prices are fair too for all being handmade in North America.
Yeah. There's some cool shit they have
But
on
then
there.
again, too, when you're buying from Canadians, you're buying from people with even more play money than we have anymore. So the conversion can be nice.
Right, right. Yeah, I was checking out. They have the little small excavator bobcats like I was talking about making. They already have them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I already have one.
Cool shit. No, the excavator style one.
Oh yeah, yeah, the little one, like
Yeah.
a small site one. Yep, with the
Yeah.
open cab and shit. Yeah, it's
Yep.
been out. I don't think I've seen one in person. It looks to me like it's probably too big to actually be the proper scale.
Yeah, it is. It's not 12 scale. It's bigger. Yeah.
14. Get it right.
14. Sorry.
Jesus.
I'm a newbie. Fuck off.
Yeah. Learn. Learn faster because you're actually a pro. You're just new at this.
Some really cool shit. I could spend way too much fucking money with these guys.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, you don't. Not at all.
No.
No clue.
I don't have to limit myself to one a year or anything like that. It's so hard too because the shit just keeps coming out more and more frequently.
Yeah, I can just hear the angst in your voice. Limit
It's
myself
like,
to here. Like
yep,
you want to cry when you say that.
yeah, it sucks, dude. I wish I could afford to buy like the $10,000 pieces and buy like 5 a year, but I am not that baller. I am just a lowly hobby shop owner. That's all right. My cabin fever, all my friends that can afford the shit are like, you want to try it? And I'm like, fuck yeah. That's how I got over the $15,000 crane. Ed was like, yeah, I got number 100 on order already. He was the first one to order, I think. It's like, sweet. I get to see it in action at cabin fever and maybe even play with it. 2,500. God damn, that seems pretty pricey. But I don't know how big that Cat 225 is. I don't know, 2,500 for an upgraded Huna seems like a lot of money.
That seems like a lot of money.
Yes, Wayne, that's how I do it. First hits for free. That's how poor Joe got hooked. I got him in semis and then I let him play with the heavy equipment. He's like, God damn it, I hate you. I'm like, I know. It's okay. Keep going.
I'm gonna go the long route because I always look for the cheap shit I can convert, and then once I start converting them, I'm like, fuck, I want the good stuff now. That's what's gonna happen to me.
Yeah. And I try and explain to people, I'm like, that's fun, but you're gonna spend like $1,000 and a lot of time when you could just use that money to just dive into that fucking pool, you know? I really don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do for spacers with these tiny little screws. Yeah, I might break down and use washers.
Oh,
No one's gonna be able to see it. It's
nope.
still the top side. All that will be
You know
hidden
what
at
else?
the
You
bottom.
know what else you could do?
Hmm.
You got some cheap plastic micro servos laying around that are fucked that don't work.
Cut the ears off.
Yep.
That would be good if I was a micro guy and had that stuff. However, I do not.
Worth a try.
Yep. A for effort.
You have any kind of styrene laying around and a pin vise, you can make some real easy too.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe just buy some uh pre-drilled tube styrene of a certain size.
See some flat stock. Let's get the right size flat stock, drill a hole through it. Voila.
That's more work.
Oh,
I can just buy the shit ready made. Like, why
I just
not?
don't like. I don't like shimming with that stuff because the rotational strength gets all fucked. I would rather have a flat piece of like spacer in there, the same size as the ear.
Oh,
My opinion. Where's your opinion? I don't care.
neither do I. I'm just giving you shit back, fuck ass.
I know. Oh, I should probably have to get going, man. I got shit to take care of
Yeah,
tonight.
Wayne, fun per smile is definitely on another level with the heavy equipment. People are like, it looks so fun, but then when you play with it, you're like, it's even more fun than it looked. Oh my God.
All right, man. I gotta get going.
All
I got
right.
shit to deal with. Sorry.
Well, we'll let you go and sign off. Thanks everyone that stopped in. We will see you next week. I know I won't have the motor ESC, all that shit for this next week, so I don't know what we'll be doing. We'll see. I am kind of hung up on a lot until I get that to figure out where everything's gonna fit, but I might be able to finagle this boom around actually, so I can get you the measurements to put you to work and be like, ha ha
Yes.
ha, fuck you.
I have a bunch of
All
shit I
right.
need to ship you anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for stopping in, everybody. We
Yep.
appreciate it. Have a wonderful evening, and we will talk to you later. Peace.
Peace.